Welcome to Star Wars Culture Live, episode 56. Something satisfying about that number. I'm not sure what. Divisible by 7 and 8. I don't know. Math nerd thing. Oh, well. Anyway, we are Ian and Marty, and this is Star Wars Culture Live, your positive podcast for Star Wars fans. Instead of focusing on the negative, like a lot of people on the internet do about Star Wars, why do I look green? I need to fix that. Instead of focusing on the negatives that a lot of people do online about Star Wars, we like to focus on the positives, what we love about Star Wars, what's exciting, what's coming up, media, cosplay, fans, anything at all. So throughout the show, and this is all fan focused, so throughout the show, if you have anything you want to add, anything you want to say or ask or comment on, throw it in the chat. We try and answer comments as soon as we see them. If it's comment on Instagram, sometimes it takes me a little bit to see those. I'm working with like 3 different screens here. Yeah. So without further ado, like I said, I am Ian and this is Marty, and we like to start with something called What You Up To. So Marty, what you up to besides me fixing my screen?
All right, I'm also trying to fix my lightsaber. It's not working properly for some reason. Of course, right before a show, right there in the middle of it, at least I should say. Yeah. Outside of that, I got this copy of Black Spy. Started reading it, and I already see one retcon that happened, so I'm going to see how that'll work out for the rest of the thing.
Because of the green skin. Nice. Yeah. Nice. There you go. Now it's working.
There's one. Hopefully this one doesn't mess up.
My what you up to is that I finally took down our Christmas decorations that were still up in February. I'm one of those people, and it's on purpose because I like it when they're up. It feels nice and festive in here. I don't care. Judge me, fight me. Yeah, I took those down finally. My wife told me to, and my Lego Venator Star Destroyer is right back up there where it belongs, looking down upon us from a mountain of majesty over there. So yeah, that's my what you up to. Oh, I was supposed to press this. Yeah, that's our what you up to new book. Nothing too crazy exciting this week, I guess. Just kind of existing until Shadow Lord gets here. But yeah, let's move on to HoloNet news. We actually did 2 weeks in a row, so we actually have some news to show, to talk about. Or we not 8 weeks worth of news this time, which is nice,
right.
Nice change. All right, so Hasbro has officially revealed new vintage collection 3.75-inch action figures for Marok and the 11th brother from Maul Shadow Lord. Look at those lightsabers. Those Inquisitor type lightsabers are just so freaking cool.
I was wrong. All last week, I've been calling the 11th brother the Raven. It's actually the Crow, and I want to go ahead and fix that.
Well, I hope no one murders you. Yeah. We can
watch my back now.
Yeah. No, because murder a group of crows is called a murder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got it. It just wasn't. Yeah, right. Thank you for the pity laugh. Here's the first look at the Grogu Furby Furblet, which is a thing that I didn't know existed and a thing that I would rather forget that I've seen. I don't need to think about this or look at this ever again. It's very disturbing.
Every millennial's nightmare with those things.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to do the little plug. I always get my Star Wars news from Star Wars Underworld Instagram page. If there's big Star Wars news, they post about it. So check them out. Speaking with Polygon, screenwriter Matthew Robinson discussed working with Patty Jenkins on Rogue Squadron. So that was a book series, right? Or are they talking about the video?
I'm sorry. Rogue Squadron? That was supposed to be a movie.
Oh yeah, I know. But wasn't it a video game back in the day or a novel series or something?
Back in the day, it was a video game for the GameCube.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The GameCube. We are getting wow. All right. Yeah, that's crazy. I haven't heard the word GameCube in a minute. Okay, well, so is that what they're talking about? The game. It says it was a great thrill to write that, and especially to work with Patty, who made it a very personal story. It was very much a movie about fighter pilots. Her father was a fighter pilot. Very personal to her, and we were trying to tell a very great personal story about fighter pilots and Rogue Squadron pilots in the Star Wars universe. I think we did a great job with it, and I really hope one day we get to see a version of that. I don't currently know what Lucasfilm wants to do with it. They're in a pretty big state of flux at the moment after Kathleen with leaving, and who knows what the future holds for them theatrically. Okay, so it was just so I guess they are talking about just the movie that they wrote and that it got shelved. Like there was, yeah. Okay, I remember that because it came out. The announcement came out while Star Wars Squadrons was big. So I was,
it came out that time. It was, I think maybe
2020 or 2021.
Because I remember Patty Jenkins getting into a cockpit of a X-wing and putting on a helmet.
Okay, as like a promo for the film.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna do this movie.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Weird Al says his favorite action movie is Raiders of the Lost Ark on Stephen Colbert's show. 3 days ago, 94th birthday to the legendary John Williams. Oh, I thought you were saluting. You were fixing your... I thought you saw what it was and you were saluting. Whatever, I'll salute him anyway. Yeah. Happy 94th birthday. Glad he's still around. I heard that there are some health issues. Please just hang around until things get better. I can't deal with losing you right now, John Williams. Let's see. Mandalorian and Grogu. I'll skip that one because there's another one later. Me trying to be patient while waiting for the Baby Yoda movie trailer. Yeah. And then here, let's talk about this. Here's the big game spot from for the Super Bowl. The Mandalorian and Grogu spot from the Super Bowl. Yeah, hit me with your thoughts, Marty. What did you think about this?
It was really unexpected for that TV spot. I definitely wasn't expecting Sam Elliott to, narrate this spot first and foremost. But yeah, I was expecting a trailer because that's what everyone kept hyping up. It's like, there's gonna be a trailer. There's gonna be a trailer. No trailer.
Yeah. I know. So is that on us? Like, did we just start to expect that as a fandom? And then, like, they never said it was going to be a trailer, so they never promised anything.
I think someone, I remember another podcast I was listening to mentioned that they heard that Deadline was the one that said there's supposed to be a trailer. So we could all stem it back to Deadline. We could blame them.
Deadline, come on, man. Do better. Yeah, because and part of that might be like the Solo movie back in 2018 when they had that movie coming out. They had a big, awesome trailer come out during the Super Bowl. I looked it up. It was crazy. It makes the movie look way more epic than it is, in my opinion. Whenever I think of the Solo movie now, I'm like, oh yeah, it's fun. It's like goofy kind of fun. There's action, I guess, but the trailer makes it like in a world, like it's awesome. And I think it's the first time we saw Alden Ehrenreich as Han, and that all happened during the Super Bowl. So I guess I was expecting. I don't think I can blame people for expecting like a bigger trailer. This was cute. I like how they made it look like the Clydesdale Budweiser commercials. That's cute, but yeah. It was a cute idea, but maybe just like, I don't know. There's a different place.
I did kind of like it. If you think about it, he's literally handing Grogu the reins over. So it's like, this is my story, but now I'm handing the reins to you. So now it's kind of our story.
Yeah. Or like if we're looking deep into it, if it's a teaser, if he's handing over the reins to Grogu, does that mean like a horrible thing is going to happen at the end of this movie and he's not going to make it?
Oof. I don't know.
Because I'm not ready for that either. This is not the
No,
time
I'm not
to
ready.
do something like that. But yeah.
The marketing just needs to get onto it, though. I mean, we only got what, about 100 and something days left.
Oh wait, I will show you. We have yes, that was actually Sam Elliott. We have, where is it? Where is it? There was a post for it. 100, exactly 100 days from today is the is Mando Grogu movie. So yeah.
Like, we need to start getting onto like marketing here. Throw out some Grogu merch now, besides that Furby or Furblet.
Yeah. Maybe they don't want to do that because they want to they don't want to show off like something new he gets in his uniform or something. Like he gets some kind of new Beskar thing. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know, I mean, Force Awakens, and I really like from Force Awakens up until I'm not even gonna say up until Solo, they actually had marketing like for toys. Sure, the whole rest of the marketing sucked for Solo, but toys and stuff like that came out a long time before.
Yeah.
And then Rise of Skywalker, you didn't get anything. There was no toys, like 3 3/4 inch toys with the backing of the movie like you did the previous ones for it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just wondering, like, now everyone's just doing these vintage series and 6-inch series. Maybe they just haven't finished scanning them for whatever it is, or as you said, it's gonna be a surprise later on down the road.
Yeah, because
But
there's characters that they've already announced are in it. They don't need to hide those.
true. But or maybe they're just not wanting to step on the toes of Maul Shadow Lord. Because like, let's let that have, some hype too.
Yeah, I guess they're pushing that too. They're pushing that a little. I don't know. Are they pushing that harder or Mando?
I feel like they're not really pushing anyone hard enough.
They probably want ticket sales for Mando.
They probably do. I mean, I feel like Maul Shadow Lord's meant for like us, Star Wars fans, whereas Mando and Grogu's for us plus general audience. So I don't know.
The people who think Baby Yoda's cute. Fair. More news. Pedro Pascal, sneaky showing up there at the Super Bowl halftime show, the dance party. That was fun. In this clip, you can see him like just hanging out back there, like having a good time.
Hey, wait a minute. Is that what I think it is? My wife's like, yeah, I think so. We're just like,
I did not see that at all. We saw who'd we see? I forget. We were also, I mean, we started drinking very early on that day. I went to go see it at my buddy's house. 3 football fans. One of them was a Patriots fan. That was an interesting night. This one said, this is a meme. I'm gonna read it. It says, "Me after watching the Mandalorian and Grogu Super Bowl ad," and it's Anakin saying, "I want more," which is, yes, I agree. I wanted a trailer. I wanted new information. Let's see. Oh, 55. I said 100 days till Mando and Grogu. Only 55 days, less than 3 months until less than 2 months. It is also less than 3 months. But yeah, less than 2 months for Maul Shadow Lord. Let's go. And I am not on tour when that comes out, so we can do episode by episode.
Yes.
Or what is it? Pair of episodes by pair of episodes.
Yeah, better than Andor though. So I'm
oh my god, better than 3 long ones Tuesday night. Yeah. And that's all the news that I have. We did want to talk about one other thing. One other really funny thing that someone said. Rook Cast is as we said, one of the characters in Maul Shadow Lord, and someone's trying to push like, oh, is she the armorer, like from the Mandalorian? Like, does she become the armorer? No, I really don't think so. I think you're looking too hard at the spikes on her helmet that don't even really match the spikes on the Mandalorian helmets. and I think the set of values is just completely different. Like, you don't I don't see Rook Cast having her set of morals and values and then just shoehorning it all back into like the ancient Mandalorian way. Like, I really don't see someone like that going that direction. I think the Armorer has been the Armorer and was the Armorer since the beginning of time. I don't see that. But yeah, how about you? What do you think about that?
Yeah, because the whole she was part of Death Watch, and yeah, sure, Death Watch. Most of them kind of folded into, as you said, the Mandalorians, but the rest of them, I think, kind of dispersed along with Bo-Katan, because they didn't want anything to do with it. But I think from Bo-Katan and them, they probably also themselves split and are like, okay, we still want to believe what pre-Vizsla wants Mandalorians to be, which is, let's all wear our helmets unless you're, the one with the dark saber where you can walk both worlds. And we go to Concord Dawn and stay there because that's where we were outcasted anyway with Pre-Vizsla back in the day. So let's just hang out here. Rook, she's there on Mandalore the whole time. She has her helmet off. As you said, it doesn't really fit. It's like a complete 180 shift in her belief system if you think that.
Yeah, they've built up. I would be disappointed story-wise if they made that, because the Armorer has like this. It's like a rich lack of backstory almost. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's very mysterious, but like trustworthy in a way, and tough and this leader that I don't get those vibes from Rook Cast. I think that would be a very weird reveal if that was the case.
And she'd have to be a lot older than what we'd expect.
Not well. I mean, yeah,
I'm not even sure how old Rook actually is, to be honest.
Yeah, Bo-Katan is fighting in both eras, so I think anyone, if Rook is young fighting age in Shadow Lord, then she could still be fighting age in the Mandalorian. But
yeah,
it is a big time jump. But like, if Bo-Katan's doing it, then it's possible.
That's true.
But I just don't see any character developing that way. Armorer strikes me as born and raised in that Mandalorian tradition.
Yeah, because like she's so hell bent on making sure everyone else kind of follows the rules. Why would she?
Yeah, like she's like the icon. Like she's the original.
Yeah,
she like she almost built up the new covert from nothing. Yeah. Anyway, we just saw that floating around and we wanted to comment on that. Let's get to the big brains section. We just thought, I saw a meme earlier this week that was like, what if these two characters were pitted against each other? Like the chess match of the galaxy. If it was Luthen Rael from Andor, and then obviously Grand Admiral Thrawn. So I don't know if we have to hash out a whole versus thing here, but like, what I don't know. What do you think strengths and weaknesses of each?
Let's see. Let's start with Luthen. Luthen is, his strength would be that he, I guess we would say like he's kind of like the head guy who's like a big brain of like, in order to get information, you must, set out your pawns first and let them gather all this information. And once you get it, you got two options: let them come into the fold or execute them before, someone such as an Imperial officer or anyone captures them to reveal the information. He plays nice when he has to, by having that dual identity of Luthen Rael Spy Master and Luthen Rael Antique
salesman.
antique salesman. So he's able to gather all this intel from everybody just because he puts on this facade that everyone can trust him. Like you have Mon just kind of spilling things, and he's like, okay, hold on, back it up a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta relax here. Keep control.
But then you got Thrawn, who's really a strategist himself, where he learns everything about these people, about his enemies. So he'd really have to put a lot of work aside just to study Luthen, I feel like, because Luthen isn't one particular person like all of his other adversaries. Luthen can be whoever you need him to be. He's the ultimate spy master. That's why he's the leader of some sort.
Ghost.
Yeah, he's a ghost. So he would have to figure out the difference between Luthen the spy master and Luthen the antiques dealer. So it's definitely gonna be tough. I feel like he's gonna give him a run for his money, but will he catch him? That's gonna be the real story there. Like, what do you think?
Yeah. I think they're different. Like Luthen's power is that he trusts a lot of people to be covert and give him information in a covert way. And they kind of like trust him that the missions and things that he's giving are for the greater good. Like they're all like the good intentions make everybody kind of trust each other, even if they don't have never seen each other. So it's like there's trust there, whereas Thrawn's power comes from just raw power, where he will just command everything. They're both super smart, and Thrawn can trust his people because if they don't deliver, he can just have them killed. And
that's what Luthen kind of has that feeling too, because didn't he want Andor dead after the heist?
True. It's just less of an open thing, I think, with him. But yes, that was definitely a thing. It's crazy that so late in the show that one of them is still trying to kill the other. Like they're both on the same side, and one's trying to kill the other. But yeah, I mean, they found. I mean, if Dedra Miro can find him, Thrawn, I think, could definitely eventually find him. It's just a matter of how much damage can he do and how much like finagling of Thrawn, because Thrawn is probably a little predictable too, to a brain like Luthen. Like he's still Imperial coded, like he still has the same objectives, and he just might have a more runaround way of doing it that's not as blunt and easy to pick apart as some of the other. Oh, I missed a comment. Tibberty Lemon says, I did not like the Mando and Grogu. She says trailer. Yeah, me neither. Because it was not a trailer. So yeah. But yeah, I think it's like I think eventually in the end, yeah, Luthen would there's more at stake for him, and he has to put his neck out a little bit more than Thrawn does. I mean, Thrawn's neck and whole body are out there, but they're surrounded by like an army of Star Destroyers. So it's not like Luthen is trying to kill him. He's just trying to not get caught and keep his operation going.
So you think it would be like a cat and mouse situation between them two, or more like a dog eat dog? Like,
I don't think Thrawn would expose himself at all for Luthen to get him. I think and getting the Empire directly like that is not really Luthen's game ever. He's about like strengthening the rebellion behind the scenes because they need to have a bigger, better shot later on. He knows that he can't take on the Empire himself right now, and he can't take on Thrawn himself right now. So it's all still about spycraft, and so I think it's much more of a cat and mouse. It's like, what did they call him? What was the Imperial nickname, the ISB nickname for him, for Luthen? It was like Ajax or something.
Axis.
What's it? Axis, that's right. Ajax, what?
But I feel like if you put Thrawn on Luthen instead of Dedra, I feel like we probably wouldn't have gotten them to get the Death Star plans to begin with. Because
Thrawn would have beaten him faster.
Because in Rebels, he knew right away that Callus was the spy for the Rebels inside. I did like that he let him play along for a little bit. He's like, okay, let's see how much he can get away with before I decide to spring the trap.
Yep. What mistake is he gonna make? I think.
I think in order for Luthen's play to work, though, he wouldn't have everyone come into the fold like he has with his group of people he trusts. I think he'd have to eliminate everyone he trusts just to stay in the shadows.
Just so Thrawn wouldn't find them. Yeah.
Just so Thrawn wouldn't find them.
Yeah, Thrawn just has that thing of knowing things before they happen. And he would see how the field is laid out and be like, if I were them, I would go for this target next. And then he'd like have people at the target. Like people showing up in the vault, or like people like once they get in the vault there, so it turns out there's an entire Thrawn legion like waiting for them. Like, oh shit. Like moves like that. He just can anticipate the enemy's move a little bit better than Dedra could. Or the whole ISB.
I think Luthen, though, he has a little bit of the ability to improvise need be, though. So if he feels like something's off, he could definitely improvise and say, okay, change the plan. We're going to do this instead. That'll probably throw Thrawn off, or I don't know. You think Thrawn be like, I was expecting this, therefore here's plan B's option here. Like here's the backup.
Think he could do that like once or twice, but it was getting to him like by the end of Andor. Remember, he had that whole monologue where he was like, it's too much and there's too many threads. Like he was talking to Clea, and Clea was like, you need to calm down, bro. You need to you're freaking out. Take a break, like lay low. Wait for information. We got this. So I think, you're right. He could definitely do that and pivot a few times, but if he, I don't know, if he ran into too much resistance too many times, like Jyn Erso said, it was like eventually you're going to run out of chances until the chances are spent.
True.
The other thing we wanted to talk about this show was what if Bail Organa never left Yavin 4? So paint that picture for us. What exactly is the context for that what if scenario?
All right. So when I was thinking about this, I was thinking everything still goes as is, all according to plan, up until that moment in Rogue One where he's like, I must return to Alderaan, therefore he leaves. What if he decided to change plans? He's like, well, I'm needed here because these are my people. What if I stayed here and help Blue Squadron and Red Squadron with their mission on Scarif.
Okay.
So I was thinking, it's like, okay, so that would mean he would probably stick around. I don't know how that would. I'm trying to remember the whole point with Leia. Like, how did I forgot? Did he send her off, call her up and said, "Hey, you're going to be needed here"? I forgot how that happened. To go to Scarif. I'm trying to remember that part.
Yeah, you lost me a little bit. This is before. This is in Andor.
No, it's right in Rogue One. So they're getting ready to start the Battle of Scarif, and he's like, I must go home. I must go home to Alderaan. Oh. What if he stayed instead?
Okay, so you're basically saying he was on Alderaan when it was destroyed.
Yeah. What if he wasn't? What if he stayed?
What if he wasn't? What if he was still around for the Galactic Civil War for Rebels and Empire?
How would that shape the Galactic Civil War in general?
Let me see. Oh God. Okay. Well, so he would be obviously high ranking with Mon Mothma still in the rebellion. He may have. I wonder if he would have slowed. You know how Grand Moff Tarkin was the last vestiges of the old Republic Senate have been swept away or whatever. I wonder if he could have slowed that process a little bit. I don't know how long exactly that took to accomplish, but I wonder if he could have used his political leverage and his name power throughout the galaxy to do that. Politically, he could have made it a little bit more difficult for the Empire to take over completely. I don't know.
Yeah, because he he didn't officially leave the Senate like Mon Mothma did. He was still part of it when he went to Yavin and did all that stuff and then left. Whereas Mon, made that big speech and basically put in her resignation and left.
Yep.
So yeah,
my resignation is in your email. I'm making the speech, but you can count it as my resignation.
So I feel like he probably could have slowed the Senate's demise a little bit more. Maybe not up to Tarkin. It probably would have been maybe after A New Hope, maybe something slowed it down a little bit, where Palpatine was probably extra pissed. He's like, okay, Death Star's blown up. No more Senate. Everything's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, you people cannot be trusted for your own leadership. Yeah, I think he would have known what to do to make it more difficult, having been in that system for so long. He probably could have just gotten in the way in a sense. I mean, until they decided, just like they did with Mon Mothma, decided oh, okay, we got to kill him. He's making life difficult for a budding empire. We got to take him out.
Yeah. Now, when going through the past the Civil War, do you think when it came to electing a new chancellor, do you think he would have been in the running, or would he been no, that's all Mon right there? That I got nothing to do with that. I want to do something else.
Oh, you mean after after Palpatine's gone and they're doing the New Republic?
Yeah.
I assume Mon Mothma was she was the head of it. I don't know. Maybe he would have ran and it would have been just a friendly hey, we're a big part of this, vote for who you want. Or if one of them was just no, obviously I'm here, I'll help, but I don't want to be the thing.
I mean, it probably would have been a friendly competition, but
what a good
I feel like if Bail were still around after the Galactic Civil War, and he hasn't been changed a whole lot because I'm sure war changes people regardless of who they are. I feel like Bail probably would have been the one to go to because he wouldn't have had Senator Xiono walk all over him like Mon did in Ahsoka.
Oh,
and he has a lot of charisma too. Everyone loves the charismatic guy.
Yeah, Xiono, he just seems to be a problem wherever. I think he probably also would have been a problem for Bail if Bail got in. Oh, wait. Xiono wouldn't have been there. You're saying Xiono took Bail's spot?
No. I'm saying, like, let's say Bail Organa was elected. Say he would have been elected the chancellor. I feel like Bail would have, still tussled with Senator Xiono, but he wouldn't let Xiono walk all over him like Mon kind of did, where Mon was talking and Xiono steps in and he's like, "Well, I don't believe that. I don't think so. Don't." And get us all the other chancellors, senators riled up. I feel like Bail would be like, I'd be like, no, I believe it. I'm in charge here. You're just a senator, dude. You just stay in your lane. I'm in charge here.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's not Mon Mothma's style, really. She doesn't talk over people. She lets people say their thing and then pieces it apart later.
But I feel like shoot. The whole Ahsoka show could have gone a little bit differently if Bail were in charge. And I mean that because
he would approve things more than
he probably would have approved things a little bit more than Mon would. Be like, oh, you need some backup. Yeah, no problem. I believe you. You got this.
Does he have more of a history with Ahsoka?
Yeah. Bail and Ahsoka knew each other also during the Clone Wars, but so did Mon.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if, like, because if you're building a new republic and putting, they're worrying about resources going where they need to go. I just, politicians are politicians, and I just don't. It's easy to blindly trust a guy that we like when he's dead. But like, I don't know. I think similarly, like they had to form a new council and everything, and they're and Hera looking for something out here, out in the far reaches, like one of your best generals, one of your best pilots, wanting to go on this thing that makes no sense to you as a leader. From their perspective, he might have just had the same like reaction as Mon, or he would have come up to them after and been like, "Hey, listen, I can't just blindly approve it in a meeting in front of everybody like that. I need you to give me something. Give me some proof. Give me something that I can like sell enough so that this will fly." Like he might have been a little bit more something like that.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be more Bail instead of like, well, if they say it doesn't happen, it's not going to happen. We're just going to go with what everyone else says and just take it face value. Yeah. I do feel like, though, there would be some confrontation, though, between Bail and Mon during the Galactic Civil War, just because they do, at points, think things differently. I feel like, sure, they're both pacifists, so they're not really gonna, get it, like the violence, but like I feel like Bail would probably lean into it more when push comes to shove.
Yeah, I mean he he got shot at by clone troopers taking over the Jedi Temple. I think he would probably know when to admit, like, hey, stuff's happening, violence is needed here, in order to make it less violent later.
Yeah, so
I feel like he'd be
who knows? He probably wouldn't even be friends with Mon at that point, making it difficult for Leia to be friends with her too. So,
yeah, Leia and Mon Mothma. Interesting. I mean, they must have known each other as Leia was growing up, right?
yeah, because Leia was set to become the senator for Alderaan, so that more is a permanent role, so that way Bail could, step back and do more rebellious things.
Haha. And like retire if he wanted.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the whole thing sounds exhausting. Multiple galactic wars. First of all, managing a whole planet, like it's not like a country, it's like a whole planet. So that also sounds exhausting. That'll gray your hair.
If you I mean, it kind of did.
It kind of did. It grayed his beard, or he had like what do you have, like a streak of it?
He had like a streak. He had like the streaks on the sides, and I think his goatee was starting to gray too.
Lucky. That's the way you want it to go. All right. Any last thoughts about Bail, Luthen, Thrawn, that whole pre Empire, post Empire situation?
I really wish that a Luthen and Thrawn thing would have happened. Like that would have been fun. Yeah, and either a book or an episode of something. I don't know. I just feel like that would have been fun to watch, like them kind of chasing each other's tails around.
How far in front of when Rebels ends and Thrawn and Ezra go zooming off into space with the whales? How many years or how soon is that in front of A New Hope?
A couple months,
or like Andor season 2. So it's entirely possible that like building his network, like he could have, like Thrawn could have been chasing one of his operations or something.
Yeah,
like they may have been working opposite each other more directly than we think in like a couple ways, because he's Luthen until this point was doing a little thing over here, little thing over here, little thing over here, making sure that it's never in the same person's sector or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe it was in Thrawn's sector for a sec.
Although Thrawn did have his hands full with Phoenix Squadron and the Ghost Crew, because you have two Jedi to chase after.
That is.
And if they take down your lead hunter, then you got a problem there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that happened fairly quickly. I was like, I watched Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, I didn't. That was seeing Grand Inquisitor in the Obi-Wan show. I was like, wait a minute, did he not? Is it the same person? Did he not? When does this take place?
Yeah.
But just caused a little huh for me. I had to think about it. It's also one of those things where it's like, when a character looks that different from their animated version, like it happens. It's just confusing.
Although their species already had a live action appearance they could have used.
I know.
That's none of my business.
It did look a lot different. But I mean, thinking about it, like this dude had to fight with lightsabers, and those people, like you could even see how they were walking with all that makeup and stuff on, like
yeah.
They're walking around all stiff. Like I don't know how they would have been able to.
They could have at least made his tattoos, like his face lines, more prominent.
Yeah, it could have. Yeah,
and his sharp teeth.
Yes, that's an easy one. That I know. Even makeup wise, I know that's a doable thing. All right, so over to our last segment of the show, which is Star Wars trivia. Every week, Marty comes up with a trivia question for us that has to do with whatever we're talking about this episode. So, I lost a lightsaber blade. It's just the bottom of the red one. No big deal. That one wasn't fully charged. 45 minutes though, not bad. So Marty always comes up with a trivia question that has to do with whatever we were talking about this show. So we were talking about Luthen and Thrawn and Bail Organa, a little bit of Mando Grogu. This could be anything really. So if you are following along, feel free to put the answer in the comments. We're going to do this together. There's no cheating or anything. Don't worry about spoiling it or anything like that. But yeah, so hit us with it. What we got?
Oh. All right. Today's question is, what was Bail Organa's last name before marrying Brea? Was it A, Antilles, B, Prester, C, Colton, or D, Organa? Duh.
I don't like this because I don't know if this could totally be one of those things where he took her last name. The real answer is I don't know. It's probably not Antilles. It's not Wedge Antilles. Bail Prester, Bail Colton, Bail. I mean, I don't. This was in the 70s and 80s. I think when their lore came out, they wouldn't have made him take her name. So I'm going to go with D. I'm going to assume you're trying to trick us. And I'm going to go with D, Organa.
All right. Let's try to give people, maybe if the video will load, a couple seconds here.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to take the countdown out.
I think that could work. The loading to the next thing could be the countdown.
Yeah. All right. The answer is B, Prester.
Wow. Okay. So he took his wife's last name?
Yep. In current canon, he took his wife's last name because, she's the actual one in line to be royalty, where he's an elder house person. So so it's like a step or two down from the royalty line. You're still up there in the uppity ups, but you're not a royalty. So he took her name so she can keep the Organa name going.
Yeah, that's cool. That's some lore I did not know.
It was also due to the fact that he kind of had some turmoil with his family. So he's like, I'm just going to burn bridges.
Just get that all out of my name and I'll start over with Organa. Interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I learned something today. Pretty cool piece of little feminist lore there. All right. So that was our trivia question, and that was our show for today. We hope you enjoyed what we're doing here. We'd like to keep it positive, keep it light, keep the excitement going about Star Wars. I think I speak for both of us when no matter what, even if we had a disappointing Super Bowl ad, we are just so excited that we still have Star Wars coming out. We have a show and a movie coming out this year, and 2 movies coming out next year? A movie and I don't remember. There's
at least one movie. I think Ahsoka's supposed to come out this year later too. So we get 2 shows and a movie this year.
2 shows and a movie this year. We get Starfighter next year. It's just going to be so good, and we're just so thankful that it's still around. More lore, more action, more lightsabers, more Star Wars racing games, whatever it is. So we are here to share that excitement with you. Don't forget to follow us at SW Culture Live everywhere, and don't forget to follow us as well individually, me and him up there. He is at Core World Gaming, where he streams Star Wars video games, and I am at Nerdiest Stepdad pretty much everywhere, where I do a bunch of nerdy stuff. It's mostly Star Wars, but I branch into Marvel and D&D and other nerdy things as well. So follow our show, follow us. We will not have a live show next week or the week after. I think we will probably try and get some reels up because I am traveling for work and I just can't make that schedule happen. Most of my work is in the evenings. So, but we will hit you with some reels or some posts of questions and prompts and fun things like that. And we will see you a little bit closer to when the Maul Shadow Lord show comes out. And luckily, we do plan to have episodes every single week for that. breaking that down. So until then, may the Force